side of the highway in Burkina. And as you know, the project was launched by the comrade president of Faso on December 16th, 2025. So he naturally instructed us to monitor the work, and we are here today to take stock. In any case, to monitor the first phase of the work, which consists of preparatory work, cleaning and clearing the right-of-way. And in any case, we are pleased to note that over a stretch of 332 kilometers, the work is completely finished. Let's say in less than 2 months, we have completely finished the route marking. So this is the opportunity for us, in any case, to congratulate the Faso Mebo team, led by their general manager, and to tell them that we encourage them to begin the second phase, which mainly consists of earthworks. And what we have learned in any case is that the machinery is indeed in place for these earthworks as well. So it is truly an achievement, and we really want to congratulate them and encourage them.
Africa. Listen carefully. While some leaders are still giving speeches, some are still begging for loans, and some are still waiting for investors to save them. Burkina Faso is building. No noise, no drama, no foreign contractors running the show. Just Africans' machines, sweat, discipline, and vision. Captain Ibrahim Traoré has done it again. New locomotives on the Abidjan-Ouagadougou railway line. A massive highway project, moving at shocking speed. Hundreds of kilometers cleared in less than 2 months. And today, Africa's asking one question. Is this what real leadership looks like? Stay with me. What's happening in Burkina Faso is bigger than roads and trains. This is about sovereignty, dignity, and the future of Africa. For decades, Africa has heard the same story. We don't have money. We need donors. We need foreign companies. We need partners to build our roads, our railways, our factories. And yet, after all the loans, contracts, and promises, Africa is still importing almost everything, still exporting raw materials, still begging for infrastructure. But Burkina Faso is now sending a dangerous message to the old system. We can build it ourselves. This is not just construction. This is a political statement. This is a psychological revolution. This is Africa telling the world, we are done waiting. When Captain Traoré talks about sovereignty, he doesn't just mean flags and speeches. He means bulldozers, railways, highways, factories, and real production. Because real independence is not in words. Real independence is in infrastructure. Let's talk about the railway first. Cideral has just added 4 new locomotives to the Abidjan-Ouagadougou line. Some might say, it's just trains. No, this is trade. This is logistics. This is economic life. Railways are not just metal and engines. Railways move cotton, food, minerals, goods, workers, and hope. Every serious economy in the world was built on rail, roads, ports, power. You cannot industrialize without transport. You cannot trade without logistics. You cannot develop without movement. By strengthening this railway line, Burkina Faso is reducing transport costs, speeding up trade, connecting producers to markets, and breaking dependency on slow, expensive systems. This is how real economic sovereignty starts. Not with IMF speeches, not with donor conferences, but with steel on steel, wheels on rails, and African control of African systems. Now let's talk about what shocked everyone. The Ouagadougou-Bobadi-Lasso highway project, a 332-kilometer stretch, over 100 meters wide. Clearing phase completed in less than 2 months. Let me repeat that. Less than 2 months. In many African countries, just the feasibility study would take 2 years. The launch ceremony would take 5 times. And the actual work may be never finished. But in Burkina Faso, day and night, teams working non-stop, machines moving, targets being hit. According to the Minister of Construction of the Homeland, the clearing phase is 100% complete, and the Director General of the Faso Mabo Agency, Commander Zudnoma Ahmed Sekande, made it clear this speed is not an accident. It is the vision of Captain Ibrahim, backed by over 100 bulldozers, a committed workforce, military-level discipline, and a clear national mission. And here's the part that really scares the old system. No Chinese companies, no Western contractors, no foreign control. Just Burkina hands, building Burkina infrastructure. This is what self-reliance looks like in practice. This is not just about one road. This is not just about trains. This is about changing the African mindset. For too long, we were taught, you cannot. You are too poor. You need permission. You need outsiders. But Burkina Faso is proving something dangerous. When leadership is serious, things move fast. When corruption is pushed aside, when excuses are rejected, when the state is focused on results, Africa can build at African speed. This is why some people are because this example exposes lazy leadership, corrupt systems, dependency politics, and excuse-making governance. Captain Traoré is not perfect. No leader is, but one thing is clear. He is building. And in Africa today, building is revolutionary. Imagine this model in Mali, Niger, Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Tanzania, South Africa. Imagine an Africa where roads are built by Africans, railways are run by Africans, factories are owned by Africans, and policy serves African people, not foreign interests. That's not a dream. That's a choice. Africa, the message is simple. The era of excuses must end. The era of action must begin. Burkina Faso is not waiting. They are working. They are building. They are moving. And history is not remember talkers. History remembers builders. If you believe Africa must rise through infrastructure, industry, discipline, and sovereignty, then this story is for you. Share this message. Support Africans, and never forget, a continent that builds its own roads can never be controlled forever. Africa is waking up, and this time, it's not asking for permission.
Here, the Minister of National Construction is officially commissioning 4 new GL30 type locomotives. With a power of 3,000 horsepower and a hauling capacity of 1,500 gross tons, these machines will significantly increase transport capacity on the Abidjan-Ouagadougou Railway.
Thus, we are strengthening the performance of our multimodal logistics offering, reaching 250,000 tons per year. That is a growth of over 25%. And the volumes are increasing. In 2025, we are seeing a growth of over 30% in volumes. We are hoping for a 15% growth in 2026. These locomotives were designed to meet the specific challenges of our network. More than just a simple acquisition, they incorporate modern ergonomic standards with air-conditioned and digitalized cabins, thus ensuring better working conditions. For our railway workers who are the beating heart of Sitarai,
we are the umbilical link, as the minister said, between the two peoples, and we want to remain that link which brings the two peoples closer together in brotherhood and helps build this economy, which is one of the first in sub-Saharan Africa to have a functioning railway, one that I tell you has been operating since 1904. This is just the beginning, not the end. Because in our 5-year plan, in 3 or 4 years, if things go well, we will be able to receive new locomotives again.
For the Minister of National Construction, the commissioning of these locomotives, GL30, is a step towards building a modern multimodal transport system and a resilient one capable of supporting the momentum of national development.
We are a landlocked country, and so most imported goods arrive through this transport corridor, whether by road or by rail. So these 4 locomotives that have been received and put into service are state-of-the-art locomotives. And so truly, Sira will strengthen Citarail and allow it to achieve a certain regularity.
The acquisition and commissioning of these 4 new locomotives was made possible thanks to the commitment of Africa Global Logistics, or AGL, the main shareholder of Citarail.
these investments are not isolated. They are part of a broader effort to strengthen Citarail's equipment fleet. This concerns the ongoing acquisition of 260 flatbed wagons, of which a first batch, about 50, was recently received and has already been operational since last November. This rolling stock is a direct response to the needs of our people, clients, miners, industrialists, and commercial partners, who expect from us reliability, safety, efficiency, and above all, an increase in capacity.
The Minister of National Construction also visited the maintenance workshop at the Bobo Dioulasso railway station, as well as the Higher College of Railway Trades, which operates under the supervision.
It is a truly distinct privilege and a profound honor for all of us gathered here to extend a very warm and cordial welcome this morning to the distinguished Minister of Construction. We are absolutely delighted to have such an esteemed representative join us today to share insights and participate in this important dialogue regarding our ongoing infrastructure projects and future urban development goals. Your presence here today is highly valued, and we look forward to the productive discussions that will surely follow as we work together toward our shared vision for the nation's growth and architectural excellence. The challenge set by Comrade Ibrahim Traoré is being taken very seriously by everyone, by the entire population, so we are very honored to welcome him this morning. As of today, you can see that since February 5th, we have completed the clearing and cleaning. And currently, I can say that the other stages have already begun, notably the stacking and the various drillings for the different water points, while of course waiting for the actual start of the earthworks. First of all, I would like to say that at the core, there is, of course, the vision of Comrade Captain Ibrahim Traoré, and in fact, the acquisition of more than 100 bulldozers. So this fleet has naturally equipped the Faso Mebo teams, and we have had very dynamic personnel who have spared no effort to ensure success, in fact, to achieve this speed. This is also the opportunity for me to acknowledge all the traditional and administrative authorities who were with us and who at every moment served as key players in resolving the various problems we encountered. During the initial clearing, you should know that the earthworks actually began in the Taitas area. So right now we are fully engaged in earthworks, which is actually a work on the initiative has already officially started, because when you are dealing with a massive 7-year project of this scale and complexity, there are several critical and foundational tasks that actually need to be meticulously carried out simultaneously to ensure everything stays on track. It is essential to understand that for a long-term undertaking like this one, multiple phases must overlap right from the beginning, requiring a high level of coordination and strategic planning across all the different departments involved in the process.
Thank you, Africa, Mama Africa. Oh, yeah. You make African great. Thank you, freedom. Thank you, Africa.